$1 million mansion with no furniture, a new baby, but no joy. A fashion post meant to slay that sparked a firestorm instead. What is going on behind the Vuolos' giant glass doors? Jinger Duggar Vuolo traded Arkansas modesty for LA luxury, but now fans are asking, did she bite off more than she could stage? No couch, no style, no handyman Jana, and absolutely no answers. Is this the price of freedom or the collapse of a carefully crafted image? Don't blink, because what you're about to see might just be the unraveling of the most mysterious Duggar yet. Jinger Duggar Vuolo and her husband Jeremy made headlines when they purchased a 4,696 square foot home in Los Angeles, complete with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a price tag just shy of $1.9 million. At first glance, it seemed like the couple had truly made it, trading Arkansas modesty for California luxury. But as Jinger began posting glimpses of their new life on social media, fans noticed something that wasn't quite adding up. The house, though massive and architecturally impressive, was eerily empty. The high ceilings and expansive spaces only emphasized what was missing: furniture. In every photo and video clip, there was a strange, echoing void. No sofas, no rugs, no coffee tables, no signs of cozy domestic life. Just a cavernous house with minimal decor and Jinger standing awkwardly in the middle of it, sometimes showing off an outfit, other times trying to feature their new kitchen or a staircase. But each post left viewers with the same question: did they forget to move in the furniture? Online chatter picked up fast. Reddit threads and comment sections lit up with speculation. Some joked that the Vuolos were house-rich, cash-poor, living out the all-too-familiar millennial struggle of owning a nice home but not being able to fill it. Others compared the house to a digital Sims build, where the players spent all their virtual money on walls, windows, and a fireplace, leaving nothing left for practical items like beds or chairs. What made it even more dramatic was the contrast between the house's grandeur and its lived-in feel, or lack thereof. This wasn't a starter home. It was a multi-million-dollar property in an expensive part of California. And yet, the rooms looked more like staging areas than spaces designed for real family life. The cold, echo-filled environment sparked curiosity. Could it really be that they hadn't bought any furniture after nearly 9 months? Or was something deeper going on? Some fans tried to defend the couple, noting that custom furniture can take months to arrive, especially during ongoing supply chain disruptions. One user mentioned waiting over a year for a couch. Others pointed out that filling a home of this size, especially with higher-end taste, isn't a quick or cheap endeavor. But even these defenses were quickly drowned out by critics who couldn't help but wonder, how could influencers with brand deals and media exposure not have at least the basics? And then came the theory that hit closest to home. Maybe this isn't about furniture at all. Maybe the emptiness was symbolic of something else: financial strain, personal overwhelm, or even emotional burnout. The Vuolos may have bought their dream house, but fans are starting to think they may have stepped into a nightmare of pressure, expectations, and aesthetic performance that simply can't be sustained. $1 million echo chamber doesn't just reflect sound. It might be amplifying a deeper silence in their lives. While the Vuolos' near $2 million home screens success on paper, the reality behind its empty walls tells a different story. One of high-end taste, clashing hard with financial or logistical limitations. It's no secret that Jinger and Jeremy have developed a taste for the finer things. From Jinger's fondness for boutique fashion to their investment in a fully renovated kitchen, the couple clearly prefers a polished and curated aesthetic. But when it comes to furnishing the rest of the house, the results are baffling. Fans expected interior design content. Instead, they got bare floors, exposed outlets, and Jinger posing in jumpsuits, in rooms that feel more like waiting areas than warm family spaces. The furniture? or lack thereof, has become such a point of obsession that entire threads are dedicated to dissecting why. Two influencers with bougie reputations appear to be living like recent college grads with an Amazon futon budget. To be fair, some argue that choosing high-quality, custom-built furniture takes time, especially if the Vuolos are avoiding big-box stores like IKEA or Target. And if their tastes lean toward handcrafted designer pieces, it's not just about time, but cost. A single couch can run several $1,000s. Multiply that by every room in a nearly 5,000 square foot home. And suddenly, the delay starts to make sense. Still, 9 months in with no visible progress, viewers aren't buying the patience pitch anymore. One key source of criticism is the perceived attitude toward more accessible furnishings. Several fans have pointed out that there are plenty of truly bougie people who still appreciate a good IKEA hack or mix high and low decor items. But with Jinger and Jeremy seemingly holding out for only top-tier pieces, it's hard not to see this as a case of aspirational living outpacing practical planning. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that they clearly didn't hesitate to spend big on their kitchen. The polished countertops, luxury appliances, and pristine cabinets indicate that renovations were prioritized over function elsewhere. The couple made sure the space where they shoot most of their content looked elevated, but elsewhere, viewers suspect the money ran out, or at least ran thin. And let's not forget the hidden costs of moving into a massive new home. There are window treatments, landscaping, storage systems, and baby gear. Especially important since Jinger had a third child not long after they moved in. It's very possible that what looks like an aesthetic misfire is actually a story of stretched finances, competing priorities, and perhaps some misjudgment in timing. What viewers find especially jarring is the silence from Jinger about the state of the home. There's no acknowledgement of the bareness, no behind-the-scenes decorate with me content. Just strategic cropping, posing, and hoping no one notices the camping chairs in the corner. But the internet has noticed, and they're not letting it go. As more fans began questioning the Vuolos' nearly empty home, a bigger, more urgent question surfaced. Where is all the money going? Buying a $1.9 million home in one of the most expensive states in the country is no small feat. Add in a full kitchen renovation, a new baby, and multiple cross-country trips for Duggar family weddings, and suddenly, things aren't adding up as neatly as their Instagram feed suggests. Let's start with the obvious. California isn't cheap. Property taxes, utilities, insurance, and basic living costs in Los Angeles can eat up a family's income at lightning speed. Then there's the mortgage. Assuming a standard down payment and loan, the monthly mortgage alone on a $1.9 million home could easily run upwards of $9,000 to $10,000, not including additional homeowner expenses like repairs, cleaning, or maintenance. So how are Jinger and Jeremy affording this lifestyle? Jeremy Vuolo's role as a pastor has raised eyebrows. While clergy in California can earn more than average depending on the church and location, few expect that salary alone could sustain such a lifestyle. Jinger, on the other hand, has some income streams through sponsored content, affiliate links, and her co-authored book, Becoming Free Indeed. But none of her public projects appear to bring in consistent, high-level influencer money. This leads to speculation that either they're getting substantial help or they're burning through savings. Then there's the baby. Welcoming their third child means added expenses across the board: medical bills, childcare, gear, and possibly private schooling for their older daughter. Fans suspect the Vuolos are investing in a Christian-based education for their children, and if so, that's another several $1,000s per year, per child. And let's not forget the 2 Duggar weddings in the span of a year: Jana's in Nebraska and Josen's in Tennessee. Flights, accommodations, and outfits for a family of 5 add up fast. Traveling cross-country twice in 1 year isn't cheap, especially when trying to maintain appearances for public family events. Some followers joke that Jeremy is secretly sinking their savings into sneakers, pointing to his visible love of designer footwear. Others speculate he may be investing in image-centric personal enhancements, like hair restoration or fitness coaching. Jinger's own fashion choices, often hit or miss, suggest an attempt to evolve her brand, but with unclear return on investment. In short, they're spending, but not always in ways that translate clearly to viewers. More than anything, fans are picking up on the inconsistency between the Vuolos' polished public brand and the visible strain peeking through the cracks. From barren rooms to questionable fashion to radio silence about finances, it feels like the couple is playing a high-stakes game of lifestyle roulette. And while no one expects them to disclose their bank statements, the lack of transparency is raising alarms. The big house may have been a dream, but dreams come with bills, and to many watching, the Vuolos may be dangerously close to waking up. If fans were already puzzled by Jinger Vuolo's empty house, they were downright bewildered when she posted a photo of herself posing in what many described as a mechanic's jumpsuit. It wasn't just a matter of taste. What was a total style crisis. The unflattering fit, muted color, and odd pairing with chunky boots sparked an avalanche of online commentary, with comparisons ranging from skydiving instructor to District 13 from the Hunger Game. Social media lit up with sarcastic remarks. "Is she showing off the outfit or the echo in the room?" one user quipped. Another added, "She looks like she's about to rotate the tires, not host a brunch." While Jinger's fashion choices have always leaned minimalist and modest, this look struck a nerve, especially in the context of the large, empty house that served as her backdrop. The combination of a bare living room and what looked like industrial workwear left viewers wondering whether the Vuolos had entirely lost their grip on both style and lifestyle. But the outfit criticism wasn't just about aesthetics. It tapped into a deeper narrative about identity and independence. For years, Jinger had relied heavily on her sister Jana Duggar, often seen as the family's go-to for home improvement, design, and general life logistics. With Jana now married and living in Nebraska, Jinger appears to be navigating her post-baby, post-Jana reality on her own. And for fans, that independence is showing in ways that aren't always flattering. Some even speculated that the outfit was Jinger's attempt to maintain a cool mom vibe after giving birth to her third child. If so, the message got lost in translation. Instead of being praised for her bounce-back confidence, she was met with eye rolls and outfit roasts. "She thought she ate here," one commenter wrote, a slang way of saying she thought she looked good, but didn't. Meanwhile, others suggested the outfit was her subtle way of shifting her public image. Perhaps she's leaning into a more utilitarian, grounded aesthetic, something more in line with her new role as a mom of three in a massive fixer-upper home. But if that's the case, fans say she needs to commit to the vision. Right now, it's reading more confused than curated. What made the moment even more frustrating for followers was the lack of self-awareness. Jinger didn't acknowledge the sparse setting, mismatched window panes, or the peculiar fashion statement. There was no caption to explain, no hint of irony, just a glossy photo of a woman standing alone in an oversized space, wearing boots indoors and looking vaguely annoyed. It felt disconnected, tone-deaf, and oddly performative. And so, the great outfit controversy became a symbol. It wasn't just about poor fashion. It was about a public figure who seemed out of sync with her audience, her home, and perhaps even herself. In a season when authenticity would resonate more than ever, Jinger's jumpsuit said a lot, just not what she may have intended. As the buzz around Jinger and Jeremy Vuolo's oddly empty home and offbeat fashion choices grew louder, a new theory began to take shape among fans and followers. Maybe this isn't about interior design or style at all. Maybe we're witnessing something deeper. A slow unraveling, a hidden meltdown dressed in designer boots and echoing rooms. At first, some tried to frame the Vuolos' bare space as a conscious choice, a modern minimalist lifestyle. After all, minimalism is trendy, especially in California's influencer circles. It emphasizes simplicity, intentional living, and cutting the clutter. But the more people looked, the more the Vuolos version of minimalism seemed less like a lifestyle and more like emptiness. Not curated emptiness, just vacant space. No rugs, no lamps, no plants, none of the markers of intentional design. It didn't feel purposeful. It felt like something was missing. For longtime fans of Jinger, this wasn't a version of her they remembered. This was a woman who once shared home cooking, closet makeovers, and joyful moments with her sisters. But in Los Angeles, that vibrant connection seems dimmed. With Jana now married and in Nebraska, Jinger's right-hand woman is gone. And with her family still mostly rooted in Arkansas, and strained ties due to Jinger's memoir, there's a palpable sense of distance. Emotional, physical, and maybe even spiritual. Add to that the pressure of raising 3 young children, navigating postpartum recovery, living far from family support, and maintaining a public image built on calm faith and curated success. And it starts to look less like intentional simplicity and more like survival mode. Fans are beginning to ask, is Jinger okay? What's also unsettling is the lack of engagement from her side. She's not addressing the elephant or the lack of furniture in the room. No home tour updates. No light-hearted furnishing our dream house reels. No explanation for the echoing walls and minimalist monotony. It's the silence that's the loudest. The silence, the blank walls, and the strained smiles. Jeremy, too, seems absent from the conversation. While his social media focuses on theology and lifestyle branding, there's little indication of how their home life is really going. Some even speculate that their marriage may be under quiet pressure, juggling fatherhood, leadership, finances, and public scrutiny, all while keeping up appearances. It's a lot for any couple, let alone 2 people carrying the weight of a controversial last name and their own spiritual rebranding. In the end, fans are split. Some believe the Vuolos are simply taking their time to build a home that reflects their taste and values, carefully, methodically, and privately. Others suspect that what we're seeing is something more raw, exhaustion, overwhelm, or even disillusionment with the influencer life. Whether it's a real-life minimalist transformation or a subtle cry for help, one thing is clear. The Vuolos' new life in California looks nothing like the polished, perfectly posed dream many expected. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most honest thing about it. So let's recap. Jinger Vuolo's $1.9 million home is echoing with more questions than furniture. Her fashion sense has fans screaming District 13, and the absence of Sister Jana might be leaving more than just blank walls behind. Is this a minimalist dream gone wrong, or the quiet collapse of California calm? One thing's for sure. The Vuolos may have left Arkansas, but the drama followed them west. Hit that like button if you caught all the clues. Tap subscribe so you never miss a twist. And ring the bell to stay one step ahead of the family fallout. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and as always, stay fabulous, Fame Fam.